Now, you don't have to sympathize with him. He controls the people. Their lives he controls. He says, Imam Hussain is so important. He says, as much as I cried that day, I never did before. There's a book, 17 Days in Tehran. See how the religion is different. He wrote an open letter to Imam Khomeini in Vancouver. Someone gave the copy of the letter to Ayatullah Khomeini there. He says, because he has written a letter, it's wajib on me to reply. An open letter is written anywhere, right? There's no question of reply. It's just a newspaper, open letter to him, open letter for this. Imam Khomeini replied to him. He says, you cannot sit in Canada and decide what's happening here. Please come. We'll make the arrangement to come and for you to visit. So he spent 17 days in Tehran. He says, changed my life. He learned about Imam Hussain alayhi salam. First time he says, I was looking in front as if I was looking at Jehovah, he says. He says, when I touched his hand, it was like a whole energy going through me. And the most important thing he says, when I was going back, and he used to live in the near the north of Tehran, you know, Jamran, other place. So he says that I cannot go easily very near to the house where Ayatollah Khomeini was staying. But I asked the taxi driver to take me as close as possible because I saw that the whole area was charged. He's giving the tasawwur of ziyarah of this person. Big poet, Qaus Khamushi, he went from Hyderabad. They asked him, what did you see when you saw, Ayatollah Khomeini? What did you ask him? He says, there was no question of asking anything. I just went there and sat and I was crying all the time. I said, if he looks like this, how did the Prophet of Islam sallallahu alaihi wasallam would have looked? He said, I was just crying there. I was not even asking anything. That's the level. People used to get confused with Ayatollah Hussain al-Hakim. And the biggest kings of the time, they came. The king came. When he went for Hajj, they all came. They say we saw the same thing. There were thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. They were splitting like the guy, like Mercury. They were splitting for him to go and do the ziyarah, as we saw with the Imams earlier. That is the level. It's not easy. And even at that also, they say, Wallahu alam bi-thawab. Say, only Allah knows the ultimate truth. That's what the Allama say. And you ask the people in the community, everyone says, oh, I think this is this, and I think, they all become alim. Our Imam is asked by the Rahib, he comes once a year out, and the Imam al-Islam is traveling, and they ask, where are you from? And the Imam says, I am from Yathrib, and then he says, are you an alim or a jahil? For the old priest, the Imam says, I am not from the Johala. Imam also doesn't say, I am not an alim. And here, mashallah, half the community say, yeah, I'm an alim. Small one maybe, I'm all alim. Mashallah. This is the level we have reached. You say, why do we do this? Why this is nazar? Why this is fatiha? Why do wudu? They are all questioning things. And Allah says, La ikraha fi deen. In the deen, there is no karahiyah. You accept the deen first. And then there's no karahiyah. It says 5 times prayer, you do 5 times. Fast this way, you fast. If you travel so much, you do qasr. You cannot say, oh, I'm traveling in a plane, it's not a problem, I won't do qasr. No. It's 13.5 miles, 22.25 kilometers, you have to do qasr prayers, whether you like it or not. Because that is where Allah is finding out whether you obey Him or use your own aql. And this is not new, this happened at the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he was traveling from Medina to Fatah Makkah. After the Hadd al-Tarakhus, he says, bring water, I am opening the fast. The people say, no, for a few hours we'll wait. The Prophet says, against the Sharia. So at that time, 2 Shariats were developing. They did not open the fast. Even though the Prophet opened the fast because I have traveled. And the same kind of people you'll find today also. That's why we say we are much better than some of the Sahaba. I can't say all of them, but most of the Sahaba we are much better. Alhamdulillah. They lived, they saw, and they still did not believe in the Prophet, disobeyed the Prophet. तो कोई सवालात कर दिए क़िबला भी आए. If you have any questions, ask Allama Dr. Sakhawat. He's been working on Imam Zaman al-Islam for a long time now.
One Imam come, So the technology is gone, or is it still over there at that time?
Ineffective. Ineffective. Ineffective means.
I'm talking about the weapons only ineffective, or your whole technology?
No, the question is, I was coming to that when someone asked our fifth Imam alayhi salatu wasalam that I wish I could come with the Qaim, Ali Muhammad. He says, you know what you have to do? The whole day you'll have to fight, fighting with the sword. At the end of the day, you'll be breaking your fast with hard bread and warm water. गर्म पानी से रोजा खुलेगा, तैयार है उसके लिए. वो ये समझ रहे थे कि वो इमाम आएंगे तो सब यूं यूं हो जाएगा ये उंगली में. इमाम ने कहा वैसे मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी, ताकत आ जाएगी. You know, we'll get the strength.
Iman, right?
Strength of Iman. It says when the people will walk, the mountains will crumble. You know, the hadith is, you know, Rohban bil layl, Rohban, Usud bin Nahar. You know, lion or tiger, so both hadiths are there.
Yeah.
Both will become. You know, in the morning there will be like, you know, lions and tigers fighting. In the night they'll be like monks. They'll say, oh, these people will fight. This is exactly the same thing happened with Hazrat Ali alayhi salam. They looked at him, he is going to fight. When the time comes, Allahu Akbar.
But there's also a hadith that when the Imam comes, that the level of knowledge will be raised so much further up. So the scientific research and everything will go so far.
So far. See, because that's what it is. When we have the Jazira-e-Qazra, the book has been written by Najjar and others. The thing is that the sheep, you know, the sheep and the tiger would be drinking from the same pond, because that obviously the food of the tiger would not be the sheep anymore. It will be synthetic food, like it's available for the tiger, so it won't eat. You know, the little children will be playing with snakes and scorpions, because there is no need for them to hurt anything. See, the whole concept will change, because that's why it says قُلْ جَاءَ الْحَقُّ وَذَهَقَ الْبَاطِلُ إِنَّ الْبَاطِلَ كَانَ زَهُوقًا. So some Ahlul Sunnah brother says, show me one ayat in the Quran about our Imam alayhi salam, because I had my book there sitting. So I said, this ayat says قُلْ جَاءَ الْحَقُّ وَذَهَقَ الْبَاطِلُ. Haq has come and batil has gone. Batil was supposed to go. كَانَ زَهُوقًا. So I said, there is no batil today. He says, this ayat is for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I said, there is no batil today. I said, shaitan is a big batil. He's around. So that ayat is not for that time. That ayat was the time when the Imam al-Islam will come and all the evil will be gone. Then the Imam will say, Qul ja'a al-haq wa zahaqa al-batil. Batil has all gone from the face of the earth. Then that ayat is valid. It's not valid at this time. You know, and it makes sense to them. You see, that ayat is not applicable. I said, you cannot explain to a small, 12, 14-year-old child that there is no batil in the world. He'll laugh at you. There is all batil around. So that ayat is not for the Prophet. It will be applicable at the time of the 12th Imam ﷺ, when the shaitan will be gone, the Dajjal will be gone, everything will be gone, then the Imam sees. It's beautiful. It says that the Qiyamah will come on Ashrar. You see, this is some problems. That's why I say this is the time for hikmah. Alal araike muttaqiun, in Yasin is saying. The mu'mineen will be sitting with pillows and everything nicely when the Qiyamah comes. The Qiyamah is for the evil. But you have to come at that level. So not everything is bad. Because it says sarsar, very nice wind will come and all the mu'mineen will die at that time. Because this earth will become like Jannah. When everything good is happening, this will be a heaven. There's enough things in this world to make it a heaven. Enough food here, enough of everything that you can imagine. Lots of land, they all make population. There's no overpopulation. No, there's nothing. There are millions of acres here and there, all over is available. We are not organizing it properly. Imam Ali alayhi salam says, if you're getting more than what you need, someone else is denied. It's all in a balance. And this we have to be clear. Hazrat Ali alayhi salatu wasalam, Imam Muhammad al-Baqir alayhi salam, they said very clearly, don't anyone thinks who is rich to be a muttaqi and salihin. No.